how to remain positive in a negative situation. I think the way things have become, it is easy to just be negative because we're in a dog eats dog world at this moment. People lie, people disappoint. I'm a very bad liar, so sometimes when people lie, it used to shock me. I'm not going to even lie. Like, people can lie like this, but one thing that I learned from the guy that wrote 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene, is just because you don't play the game doesn't mean that the game is not being played. So sometimes you just need to be aware of the game so that even if you don't want to play the bad guy game, you don't become a victim or a pawn in that game. So first of all, to remain positive in a negative situation, first of all, you need to be aware that it's not always going to be cool. Like, it's not always going to be roses and flowers. People will lie, people will disappoint you, and sometimes people will act up when they can't get what they want. Especially if they've been getting it. The change is not easy, and when people are already used to a version of you, the moment you change, you are going to lose a lot of friends. And people that have been used to talking to you a certain kind of way, that cannot respect new boundaries, they will go. So just being aware that negativity exists in this world will help you a little with the shock factor. Am I aware that there's negativity? Absolutely. Does it mean that if I meet somebody, I'm looking forward to the negativity? No, because if I start living like that, then the world has succeeded in changing me to be a negative person and to just expect negativity. I'm not saying you should be paranoid, just know that they exist to help your shock effect, and that's something that I'm learning, but I think that it will really help. Just so it's not like you're expecting negativity, but just be aware so that when people lie, you're like, wow, but you don't become so disappointed and so hurt by it. It's just like, oh, more see waiting just happen, and you just your friend and you guys express shock, but there's no deep sense of pain and disappointment because you're like, oh my god, this person disappointed me. And disappointment comes from expectation, so just don't expect too much. Don't expect negativity, but if it comes, you're like, anyways, this world, we have people that are full of ish. So first thing, just know that negativity, negative people, and bad character, they exist. So now the second thing is change of environment. Something that can help with negativity is a change of environment. Sometimes you might not be able to change your environment, but sometimes you might just need to take a break from that particular environment before you continue to pile up negative emotions and one day you explode. You see some people that are really nice people in life and one day they do something really stupid. It's because they have piled up emotions for such a long time, and that is also something that I've had to understand and now learn to implement. And when you decide to change something about yourself, it's not going to be instant, but the fact that you have that awareness is a step in the right direction. Just being aware, and when you catch yourself piling up emotions and not speaking up or addressing issues in that moment, I keep piling up and piling up, the day you will act up, even though you feel in your heart like you're the victim and that you've been going through a lot, people will not be able to sympathize with you because people will deal with the issue at hand as the issue at hand, not the 20-year-old anger that you have piled up. So number 2 is change of environment. Change your environment, step away from the situation. If you can change your environment, change it. If you can't, change something about that environment. And when the change comes, people might not like it, and that's okay. Yeah. So if you can't change the environment, change how you behave in that environment and set new boundaries within that environment, and that in itself is a change of that environment. 3, stay away from negative people. There are negative people in this world. It doesn't mean that people that always see things negatively, it doesn't mean that they are bad people. They're probably people that have been hurt, and their defense mechanism is being negative and just being paranoid so that they won't get disappointed again. So it doesn't mean that you can't be friends with people that are brilliant, but you just have to set boundaries. And if they start spewing their negativity towards you, maybe you need to end the conversation. Like maybe you tell them something about yourself and they're like, oh, I don't think I can make it, or it's very difficult, this world, that kind of thing. You can just stop the conversation right there. It doesn't mean you talk to them about business or other things that they're really good at. Canceling people or cutting them completely is fine, because I've been doing it before. It's okay, but it's not really the best. So there are some times that you don't condemn people totally, but if you know that this is a problem, when they start speaking negatively on a situation of yours, just nip it in the bud and say, Eshegon, thank you so much for your love and your concern, but I'm gonna need you to keep it. And I'm not. And don't also bring your issues to them. Once you see that people are negative, maybe you don't know, and you tell them things about yourself. The moment you realize, then learn the lesson and just don't tell them certain things about yourself, because words are very important. And hell, the world was created, like, if you believe in the Bible, the world was created with words. And even in general, whether you're a spiritual person or you are a scientific person, the words that you repeat in your head kind of manifest. If you believe in manifestation and all those things, words are really important. So you don't want anybody speaking negativity into your situation, into your environment, and into your head, because the more you hear that thing, you will become negative. So stay away from negative people. Yes, thank you so much. Now, when you are in a negative situation, one way to remain positive is to learn from it. So don't just see it as punishment from life. It can be hard, and negativity past negativity, but I'm just speaking based on my experience. It's just to learn from it. I think learning from a negative situation is the one true way of actually getting something positive out of it. Yes, it might hurt you. It's just like a relationship. If a relationship doesn't work, the best thing you can do is learn from it and not repeat that mistake. Because if you repeat that mistake, then you need deliverance. That's the truth. The only positive thing you can take from a negative situation is learning from it. You just have to learn from it. When you learn from it, then whatever stress you went through, you can see it as payments. If they scam you, 1 million naira, that was a 1 million naira lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, then you really lost that money completely and you did not learn anything. So learn from the negative situation, and then from that, find the positivity in it. And the last thing that will help is keep moving forward. I can't emphasize this enough. During my downtimes, one of those times I was doing research, one thing that Matthew Hussey said that stood out to me was, if you are going through pain, you're going through heartbreak, whatever it is you're going through, you have your moments where you're down, you're crying, whatever, just to feel that emotion and to go through it. Don't let your life stop because you're going through a negative thing. So that, let's assume you lost your job. Then you stop looking for another job, or you just stay at home and wallow in your pain and you don't work out. In 6 months' time, your problem will not only be that you lost your job, but it will be that you lost your job. Now you are probably overweight. That's another problem you've added to an existing problem. You've not learned anything new. You've not met new people. You haven't done anything else. So now one problem leads to like 5 other problems because you stopped moving forward. Whatever you can do within that period of a negative, like within that negative period in your life, do it, so that at the end of the day, when you look back at that period, you can see, you know what, that was a hard time, but I achieved some, started this, I did that. Just those things will even help you heal faster. When you look back and you say, you know what, I did this, I did that, I did the third. And in doing those things and being active, it distracts you sometimes from the negative situation. Hence, you begin to find glimmer of hope and positivity here and there. So these are my 5 ways of being positive in a negative situation. Thank you so much for staying with me throughout this video. Forgive, I'm too excited. So thank you so much for sticking with me. I appreciate it. I pray that you like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. And if there's something that I did not mention but that also helped you with negativity and being positive, you can also leave it in the comment section so that other people can see. So on that note, have an amazing time, have a great week ahead, and remember to be positive, because your immediate environment is home for you, is home within your home, and that place needs to feel safe. And the best way to feel safe is being positive within yourself, even when you know that you are existing in a crazy and maybe negative world. Don't succumb to this world's negativity and then become negative yourself. Always find the light at the end of the tunnel. And I hope that this helps somebody out there. Thank you so much for watching and have a great one.